Global military giants, a tale of two powers. The United States and Russia have long been the titans of military power, each with a formidable arsenal and a history that stretches back through decades of tension and competition. The United States and Russia. Two nations that have shaped the course of global politics and military strategy. Their influence is felt in every corner of the world. Two nations with a long and complicated history. From the Cold War to modern-day conflicts, their relationship has been marked by rivalry, suspicion, and occasional cooperation. They're like that couple who broke up, but still keep an eye on each other's Instagram. Always watching, always analyzing, always ready to respond. Both countries boast some serious military muscle. We're talking nukes, we're talking tanks, we're talking advanced fighter jets and cutting-edge technology. We're talking enough firepower to make Rambo blush. Their military capabilities are not just for show, they are a critical part of their national security and global influence. Understanding their military capabilities is key in today's world. Analysts and experts spend countless hours dissecting their strategies, technologies, and potential moves. Why? Because when these two giants sneeze, the whole world catches a cold. Their actions have far-reaching consequences that can affect global stability and security, especially with what's going down in Ukraine. The conflict there is a stark reminder of how quickly tensions can escalate and how important it is to understand the military dynamics at play. It's like a real-life game of Risk, but with much higher stakes. The decisions made by these two powers can have life-or-death consequences for millions of people. So, buckle up as we break down the military might of Russia and the USA. We'll explore their strengths, their weaknesses, and what makes their military forces so formidable. Don't worry, we'll keep it simple. We'll use clear diagrams and easy-to-understand infographics to make sure you get the full picture. Even your Uncle Bob, who still thinks the Cold War is happening, will understand. So, stay tuned as we dive into the fascinating world of military power and strategy. Let's talk nukes, baby. The kind of weapons that can change the course of history in the blink of an eye. Not the fun kind you see in superhero movies where the hero saves the day at the last second. We're talking weapons of mass destruction, the real deal. The kind that can obliterate entire cities and leave nothing but devastation in their wake. The kind that can turn a bustling metropolis into a desolate parking lot in mere moments. The kind that make you wish you'd paid more attention in history class, especially during those lessons about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Russia has the biggest nuclear arsenal on the planet, with thousands of warheads ready to go at a moment's notice. It's like they're collecting nukes as if they were Pokémon cards, always looking to add more to their collection. The US has a slightly smaller collection, but trust me, it's still enough to ruin everyone's day several times over. Both countries have this lovely agreement called New START, aimed at limiting the number of deployed nuclear warheads. It's like a nuclear prenup, setting boundaries and rules to prevent an all-out nuclear war. But here's the kicker. Russia decided to hit the pause button on their participation. Not exactly reassuring, right? This move has left the world on edge, wondering what comes next in this delicate balance of terror. Nukes are scary and all, but what about good old-fashioned warfare? The kind that involves boots on the ground, strategic maneuvers, and sheer grit. Think tanks, planes, and ships. These are the tools of traditional military might, the kind that has been tested and proven over decades of conflict. The stuff that makes for a great Michael Bay movie. Explosions, high-speed chases, and dramatic battles that keep you on the edge of your seat. When it comes to active military personnel, the US and Russia are pretty neck and neck. Both nations boast a formidable number of soldiers ready to serve. But Russia has a secret weapon, a massive reserve force. This reserve can be mobilized quickly, adding significant strength to their military capabilities. It's like having a bunch of friends on standby, ready to jump into a bar fight at a moment's notice. This gives Russia a unique advantage in terms of sheer numbers. In the air, the US Air Force reigns supreme. Their fleet of aircraft is unmatched, both in quantity and quality. They've got more planes and their technology is top-notch. Advanced avionics, stealth capabilities, and superior training make the US Air Force a dominant force. It's like comparing a Ferrari to a Lada. The US planes are sleek, fast, and packed with the latest tech, while Russia's are more basic and utilitarian. At sea, it's another win for the US Navy. Their fleet is vast and powerful, capable of projecting power across the globe. They've got these floating cities called aircraft carriers, which Russia can only dream of. These carriers serve as mobile air bases, extending the reach of the US military. On the ground, Russia has a tank advantage. Their numbers are impressive, with a vast array of armored vehicles ready for deployment. They've got more of them, but the US tanks are like the Tesla of the armored vehicle world. High-tech, efficient, and incredibly powerful, these tanks are a force to be reckoned with. So, while both nations have their strengths, their military capabilities diverge in fascinating ways. It's a complex chess game, with each side leveraging its unique assets to gain the upper hand. Section 4. Military strategies, distinct approaches to power. Having a big military is one thing, but knowing how to use it is another. It's like having all the ingredients for a gourmet meal, but not knowing how to cook. Russia's strategy is all about nuclear intimidation. They're like that guy at the gym who flexes a little too hard. Their de-escalation strategy is basically threatening to use nukes if things get out of hand. Subtle, right? The US, on the other hand, prefers to rely on its conventional might. They're all about strategic alliances and showing off their fancy weapons. Think of it as a more sophisticated form of chest thumping. Section 5, the Ukraine factor, reshaping the global chessboard. Remember that real-life game of Risk we talked about? Well, Ukraine is the battleground. Russia's invasion has thrown a wrench into the global order. It's like someone just flipped the chessboard and said, let's play by my rules now. The conflict has shown that Russia is willing to use military force to get what it wants. Not exactly a shocker, but still concerning. The West, led by the US, has been supporting Ukraine with weapons and aid. It's like a global game of tug-of-war, with Ukraine caught in the middle. Section 6. Navigating the future, a world on edge. So, what does the future hold for these two military titans? That's the million-dollar question, or should I say the trillion-dollar question. One thing's for sure, the world is watching. The US and Russia need to find a way to coexist without blowing us all to smithereens. It's like trying to get two porcupines to hug without getting pricked. The stakes have never been higher, so the next time you see a headline about Russia and the US, pay attention, the future of the world might just depend on it.